I know that if I go to Endgame, I'm going to enjoy it. I have no idea. I'm hunkered down for the ride when it comes to Detective Pikachu. I think it easily has the chance of being the best video game movie ever made.
Oh, that's true.
It's not a high bar,
actually
granted,
true.
but still.
It is a video game movie. I didn't even think this far. But yeah, for today, we only have Endgame. When we talk about it, we will keep it as spoiler-free as possible. And with this, hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast. ANY and Keyframe, What About Random Dribble. And it has been a while since we have been here. To a point where he got
as a guest.
Yeah, as a guest.
As a guest, even longer.
Guys, you can tell they're running out of people. If you want to be on the AWKWARDcast, just bother them enough until they let you.
This is literally what he did. He was like, "Hey, you got emerald twice by now, but not me."
Which couldn't help but notice. I mean,
you literally have been the second guest we ever had. You have, I believe, been the first guest of 2018, like the very first guest of the season where we officially introduced guests. And
is this show like nearly 2 years old?
We are
now?
nearly at
nearly 2 years old, and we're on episode 92 right
now.
You
guys are all.
We are, but episode 92, we are getting close to the 100.
You're in our top 10, buddy. But just to say the exact quote. While we were playing HOTS, British was like, "Hey, Chrissy, Max, yeah? I think my invite for season 3 of AWKWARDcast got lost in the mail."
Yeah, I was gonna say, ANY, I'm gonna need you to. I'll send you my new mail address.
What?
I said, "Oh, why? It's postal service."
I recall that. Yes.
But British, since it's been so long, do you have any exciting life events you want to share with the class today?
Guys, you're not gonna believe this.
Oh, boy.
I have been sitting here in my house for like 2 weeks straight writing an essay for university. It has been the most exciting time. I'm so glad that you guys invited me on this week when I could be writing more of my essay right now, but instead I've come onto a live stream to talk about writing an essay that I really don't want to write.
Are you guilt-tripping us for inviting you on the podcast? You wanted to be on the bastard?
You a little shit.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't make us feel like the irresponsible adults.
First he makes us feel bad for not inviting him, and now he makes us feel bad for inviting him.
It's what I like to call a hate relationship between all of us.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
But no, my life has been it's been alright. Just sort of a lot of grown-up things that I'm not looking forward to, like sorting out payments on houses. I've been sorting out what I'm going to be doing over the summer. The wonderful, wonderful, generous friends that I have. Some, you guys in the call and Taylor have gotten together in raising up a bunch of cash in order to get my poor university ass over to BronyCon this year, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I've been just sort of sorting out the tickets on those. What else am I getting up to? That's actually about it. Yeah, life's pretty boring. Just been working on video games and essays.
And I mean, you already presented. Wait, did you? You presented us You presented us early gameplay prototype of for Ink.
It's looking pretty good. It's eventually, hopefully, when we've actually finished the deadline, we're going to throw it up on itch.io and see if we can contact. Or if it does well on itch.io, then we can start looking into other avenues. The one that is very interesting is that Epic Games, as much as there's a lot of talk in the industry about not gatekeeping, but
boycott Epic Games for daring to bring exclusive content to PC.
I'm conflicted, sir. I am very conflicted because as a developer, I love Epic Games because they give me money. And that's amazing. But as a gamer, I will admit I'm not I'm not for exclusivity. I think that's.
Exclusives have lasted since the console era. It was just a matter of time.
This is the thing. Those were always the thing where the PC gamer master race, like, you console plebs and you're disgusting.
Now we gotta deal with it.
No, but here's the thing. If we are completely honest, because everybody is now they're hating on the Epic Store, everybody is praising Steam over the horizon. Excuse me, on what other platforms besides Steam can you get Half-Life? or Half-Life
Yes!
2, or
That's kind of the.
Steam was
you
the
can tend to
first.
get the orange box on Xbox.
But does it have all parts of 2 and shit?
It doesn't have all parts of 2, and if you play the orange box of Team Fortress 2, it's basically back to its pre-alpha build.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
okay.
Valve's
Allow
been
me.
monopolizing their games since the beginning.
You're true. Keyword being their games. I'm completely fine with developers publishing themselves on their own network. That's why I'm okay with the Ubisoft stuff and EA's own launcher, I believe. But what I'm not okay with is Epic just throwing around its massive amount of money and forcing people to come to their store.
And basically, exclusives are...
At least, like, there are other ways to publish a game on the internet other than going through Steam.
Yeah, but Epic basically has currently only its exclusives to offer, and that's a little bit bad.
True.
That's bad. They don't even have a card on their store, as far as I've been told. No achievements, no social aspect, nothing. And
here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's how you play the game in reality. You know, money makes the world go round and all that sorts. But when you're going up against something as ingrained and monopolized as Steam, you know, the one go-to place to really sort of get it because it's such a good service, you know, in comparison to Epic. That's literally all Epic has. It needs time to get these features in before it can start actually providing a better service. So that's all it's doing. It is buying time, and whether or not whenever it runs out of time or if it runs out of money first will be who will end up. Because I think even if it still got a certain amount of followers, I still think people would go with Steam, even if they had similar things, unless they offered something new. But
But let's face it, Steam needs competition.
Yes.
Steam has grown so shit over the last few years. They are in desperate need of a threatening competition. The only thing where I'm kind of sad about it is that this competition only enters by using exclusives. This is basically the only drawing point right now, which is like, I mean, basically, isn't this the same that Origin and Battle.net also do?
But they do it through their own games.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
Epic is
that's
the only
true.
one where it's a publisher doing it.
Okay.
So. But you know, it's the mixed messages. And it's an interesting topic. So, hey, British, if you ever want to make a video in the next decade, you could talk about that.
Oh.
Make it a collab with Umbra, because this is basically your conversations while we're playing HOTS. So
That's true. I do need to tone it down a little bit, perhaps. But like,
I'm making fun of you. It's fine.
Speaking of like content and stuff, I am actually.
Oh, this is a good point.
I am actually planning to make stuff eventually. It's just I'm busy. All right, life is a thing.
But yeah, I completely skipped my original question since you are such a household name on the AWKWARDCast. But in case somebody actually does not know you, who are you? What do you do? And why should people care?
Question.
Yes, we forgot
it.
For somebody who is tuning in for the first time and has no fucking clue who this 10 years younger clone of me is up there. Wait, far more than 10 actually. 15?
Who's the Parks and Recs Chris Pratt here with the Guardians of the Galaxy Chris Pratt? Who is this person?
Yeah. But exactly. So to give a short introduction of yourself.
My name's British Ninja. I've been bouncing around the horses community for nearly 5 years now. It's my YouTube channel. Depends what you define by successful. I'm an animator, a 3D animator for video games. Currently still in the university process in the jolly old United Kingdom. If you want to check out my channel, I've got some of my new animations going up on there. I've also got a bunch of old horse analysis videos, the most pristine content on all of YouTube, where I sit down and I break down why you should watch a show that is designed for children and why it's the greatest gift that God has ever given us, or more importantly, why you shouldn't watch that show because it's the worst thing that has ever been created, and it has taken up 5 years of my life that I just can't get back. And now I'm here, so I don't know how my life choices have went.
We finally got Cell Specs on the show now, so. Oh, Christ.
But yeah. That's all you need to know about me. I have a Twitter where I'm kind of active, and a YouTube where I'm never active, and a Patreon, which is...
Oof, you have one?
Yeah, it technically exists.
But you have it. Do you have it per video or per month?
I have it per video.
Okay.
I'm not a scoundrel.
Just reformat it to fund your game development.
I just wanted to say, like, just put it on monthly without telling anybody, and then your college tuition is covered.
That will end swimmingly. When was my last? I'm actually googling it now. When my last course video was? At least a year. At least a year.
While you look that up.
Exactly, Keyframe. You wanted to share something. What? I want to share something.
Oh no, I'm just if I have stuff going on, I like to go last.
Okay, fair.
So, because I tend to spin
it was a year ago.
Has anything gone on in your life?
Well, maybe a little bit. I mean, I already talked about my family visiting last week. My sunburn that I got, it's now gone, but it actually turned out to be a nasty one over the next few days. Like,
oh, was it like a devil's itch sunburn where it was just like killing you? Because I've had that.
It got very dry, and it had two very deep red spots where I was like, whoa, this looks a little bit...
That looks like sun poisoning.
I don't know, but it went over nicely. I officially have not just opened, but also continued the bicycle season. So on Thursday and Friday, I actually got on my bicycle. I rode my bike to work. Shit. Okay, I rode. I rode to work by bicycle. Anyway,
if it's not sung in German, what's the point?
Oh, but
no, you just think it's a booze parody of We Didn't Start the Fire.
Farbergründung damals lila Grappa, auf Tequila, Asper, Spätburgunder, Wermut und Penno. Anyway,
with that, I think we discerned that you have nothing going on.
No. Then Friday, I actually had a nice reconnect with Berlin with Andy.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah, Andy was like, apparently we didn't have actually seen each other for a year or something. He was like, dude, missing you, want to see you. And I'm like, Theory, come by after work. And he came by after work, and he arrived at 7 and left at 12. So we actually talked about shit, played some games, all the good stuff. And today, as a good Christian boy, at 10 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday, I went to the altar of the word, where the word was preached to me, the word of the Endgame of the Avengers, and this would have been a beautiful segue into my media if somebody wouldn't have been like, oh, I want to go last for what happened my week. So apparently now we go for Chrissy's anecdote, and then she can do her own segue into her media or something.
You know you can't hate me. But no, so I'm going to talk about something, because I've seen Endgame today too. Last night, but I'm not going to talk about it because that's his media. And I'm terrible with not trying to spoil things.
Oh, she's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm Tom Holland. You know, I tweeted that thing with the video of all the actors saying don't spoil the Endgame, and I retweeted it saying like I felt like all of them were talking to Tom Holland. I'm projecting. I think they were all talking to me. I don't spoil shit. I'm just terrible when talking to people who haven't seen it, so I just don't say anything. Point is, I had something happen this weekend that if I had to say which one would I rather repeat the experience again, the thing I'm about to talk about or Endgame, I think the thing I'm about to talk about. I like doing this thing more than seeing Endgame, but I liked both, just saying. So for people who know, the Abbey roadie, Lauren, my best friend of over 10 years, basically my sister, the one that if I'm around them with other friends, my friends hate us because we are the most obnoxious thing. Or they start shipping us. I'm not looking at anyone.
What?
No, during all of EQLA, this German guy right here kept trying to ship me and Lauren the entire time.
A man can dream.
Try rooming.
A man can dream.
But no, as a belated birthday present, well, let's flash back to March. She was like, hey, Chrissy, I got a birthday present for you, but we can't do it till April. And I'm like, okay, what? She was like, then she linked me a tweet, and the tweet was Rubber Ninjas, or Ross from Game Grumps, Scribble Showdown, hosted by Ego Raptor, featuring The Odd Ones Out, Domix, and Jaden Animations. And I was like, ah! because I watch all of these people. In fact, I've been following Ross and Aaron since the Newground days. So I've been, I think I started watching Ross's stuff when I was like 9, 10. So, and he's one of my biggest animation influences. And so has been Jaden and the Odd Ones Out with wanting to make modern animations. And Dom is just the granddaddy with Swoozy of the Storytime animation community. So these are all big hitters. And so, yeah, just to stand up, I'm going to have to take off my headphones for a second. The Scribble Showdown.
Hey!
Oh.
Is soft as hell, and it has the black little sleeves, so I love it. It is mine. And, Golden drove me down to Pasadena, where I hung out at Lauren's house for a bit because we went early because I overestimated traffic. And during that entire time that I was waiting, she has a little, you know the dog that Lady is in Lady and the Tramp? She has a dog named Phelps that is like that. And if you're not petting it, it will bark. So I just spent a half hour petting this damn thing just so it wouldn't bark. And he just smiled. But then we went out. And we went to this hipster burger place, which was great. Mostly
hipster
just
burger place?
Look, it's down in LA, of course it is. But it was like a hipster
sure.
burger place that was like right below where she used to work. Because Lauren used to work for Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett's apparel line. Lauren's a cool person. And we just spent the entire dinner ranting about how Brave should not have won Oscar for Best Animated Film. That was a great conversation.
You had a chance to change your date. Would you?
Yes, I would change your fate so you wouldn't have
what
won.
a great movie.
But
Sorry,
my
Maddie.
mom is a bear. But no, and right around the corner was the Ace Theater where we went, and we got in. And Matt Watson from Super Mega was there, and he was a big old sweetie. I took a picture with him, and of course, after I looked at the picture, my hair was doing this goddamn thing that it does if I don't brush it right. So,
you mean this goddamn thing?
Yes,
it looks like you were getting static. Like,
I
you know when you
tweeted
put a balloon?
saying in another episode of Key's hair does not work. But he was such a big sweetheart. He's the nicest guy. And we got such nice... The front row seats were sold out by the time Lauren got them, but we got like the first row of the lower balcony, so we could see everything, and it was beautiful. And Aaron came out, and he was in a nice suit. He cleans up very nice. And they all came out, and basically what Scribble Showdown is all of them had Cintiqs, lucky bastards, and they were all projected on a big screen behind them. You weren't allowed to take video during the thing, so I have to describe it. And they had a bunch of drawing challenges where the audience had to say like a topic or something, kind of like Who's Line, and they had to draw what they thought. So the first one was a person in the audience drew a blob, and you had to try to make something out of the blob, and it was a bird. And oh my God, Ross drew the most grotesque looking thing. It looked like something from like Ocarina of Time, like the stone people. It was
the groper.
but then the other one was drawing from memory, which was Genji. Ross was the only one who knew what Genji looked like. And then there were two other events. One was dual draw, so people had to switch between each other drawing on the same image. And then the final event was basically Mad Libs, where they had a bunch of symbols that were preset into an animation, and all they had to do was redraw the symbols based on what the audience wanted. So the animation itself and the voiceover was all preset, but the differences was the symbols that they redrew. Huh. So it ended with like a vinyl cat trying to save its legged dolphin from the box ghost. It was great, and it was so cool. Like I would love to see the show again. It was so unique, and it was only $45, and it was worth every penny. And the other event was that they had to make a product pitch to stop procrastinating on homework, and Jaden drew a backpack.
I need that.
That held a little piece of paper with the McDonald's logo to remind you what happens if you don't. And it was a 3-step process. One was that, then if it doesn't work, it handcuffs your arms down so you have to work on your homework, and if that doesn't work, a tiny knife comes out to stab you. And she got deducted 50 points because Aaron was like, I don't want to wear a thing that will stab me in the face. And then I think Domix just drew a piece of rope that attaches the paper to your face, and it was just titled Rope. And then I think
TM.
James made an app where someone runs in and slaps your phone out of your hands, and then you become best friends. And then Ross, of course, because he's Ross, made a tiny little gremlin that stays on your back asking if you've done your work. Did ya? Did ya? Did ya? Did ya?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hey, listen!
But
God,
Jaden...
I would murder it.
Jaden won it all in the end, and I was happy for her. But I bought swag because Chrissy has a lot of money after BabsCon, and I wanted to use it to get stuff. Because Lauren wouldn't let me buy food for myself, so I was able to buy my own shit, at least here.
Like t-shirts.
Yeah, so I bought me and Lauren both bought matching Scribble Showdown t-shirts. We are both the same size, and that's just a nice ego boost because Lauren is the smallest thing I've ever seen. She's one of the few people in my life who's shorter than me. And she was wearing heels that day, and I was still taller than her.
They created gremlins that small.
Oh, I'll have Lauren know that that you called her a gremlin.
Gremlins are awesome.
But besides that, I wanted to get something from each person that was there. Oh, God. Where did I put my Odd Ones Out poster? Is it still out on the... Okay, I bought an Odd Ones Out poster. I don't want to get up to go get it. But it was just a bunch of Jameses doing bunch of different things. One of them is dabbing. They sold out of his book. So I was like, oh, I wanted to get the book. But I got a little pin from Domix of his little head.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice pin, like a nice little enamel pin. And then from Ross, because I'm trash, I got a poster with him and all of his monster girls.
I can appreciate that.
I love his facial expression.
This one is actually one that I'm planning to cosplay, which has a hat that says part-time furry. I want it, and she has fangs, so obviously I want to cosplay this. She's a blue werewolf. I don't need any more justification. Then from Aaron, I got a little grump head.
Oh, if ever I was mad at someone, I would just throw that at them.
They had a Danny one, but I was like, I don't feel right getting something that Danny wasn't a part of for this event.
Oh.
Well, they had matching grump heads, and they had a 10-minute Power Hour shirt, but the only size they had left was extra large, and I don't want to look like I'm wearing a pair of pajamas if I'm wearing that. Even though I love 10-minute Power Hour. That is just 10 minutes of people being stupid. And then from Jaden, I think I got my favorite item. It's a little Ari plush!
It's a bird!
And it's Ari, her pet bird, who is... And this was only $18. I will be honest, with all the shit that I bought, it wasn't a lot of money. It was very reasonably priced. And this is now my best friend. I love it very much.
What about is that the little brother to the bigger bird that you have?
Yes, this is Jerry's little brother now, Ari. But yeah, I had so much fun. I couldn't thank Lauren enough for taking me there and everything. And we agreed, we're going to go to the next one that they do when they announce it. But I also said, I'm going to keep a fucking eye on. We're getting front row seats because this was one of the events where we're like, yeah, having a front row seat, it heightens the experience because they go out into the audience and pick people.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
It was, and I also met Jaden's mom, which was really nice because she was like,
"Oh, true celebrity."
I mean,
yeah, you have your sketchbook and everything because they couldn't go out, so people were giving Jaden's mom stuff to give to him, and I was just talking to her, and I had like a little, I had my sketchbook and everything, and a little some of my prints and stuff, and she was like, "Can I look at it?" And she was like, "Oh, wow, you're really good." And I was like. And I was also saying, like, yeah, I work in animation now and everything. And she was like, Jaden's always looking for help. You should email her. And I'm like,
winning!
Hell yeah.
I mean, you
literally just say, yo, your mom told me that we should collab.
Excellent.
Your mom said.
Your mama.
Your mama sounds so good.
Your mama was a very nice person.
Yeah, but you know how the saying goes. Jaden's mom, she gonna get it on.
Oh.
Look, can I just say, I've never met a parent that looks more like their kid. She just looks like Jaden in like 15, 20 years. And I'm like, that is scary. Like, my mom looks nothing like me. And so I'm just like, that's just weird. It's really, really, it's like those episodes of shows where they have flashback episodes of the characters' parents and they're just played by the kids. But yeah, I had such a good time. And then this is actually going to be my answer for one of the awkward Q&A questions today. I had one of the best and worst Uber rides of my entire life getting back home.
Oh boy.
So we're going to save that for later. But, Endgame happened today, folks. Well, this week. And I went to go see it last night.
What? Really? You transitioned so well, I didn't even notice.
But I'm not talking about Endgame because I didn't want to fight with Max today. So,
well, you managed to do so anyways.
I'm gonna talk about the other thing that came out the same day as Endgame.
It's
She-Ra Princesses of Power Season 2.
I didn't found an official Season 2 poster, so we have to go with this one.
It's fine, but I'm gonna say the one thing that makes me mad. Well, one of the few things. They're doing the fucking Voltron thing with this, where they are not actually releasing the full season at once.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
No, not the Voltron thing and going down in quality. The Voltron
this was my first thought, first season ends very well done, ends great. Second one, even better, and then it just drops.
No.
I mean,
they
it's only second
released 7
season.
episodes for this, and I'm imagining they were going to release the other 7, because the first season was 13 episodes. So,
in all fairness, I have heard legit criticism about it, and I can relate to it, to the Netflix phenomenon of dropping entire seasons. Because instead of being forced to watch it spaced out over time, or eventually maybe watching 2 or 3 at a time in order to catch up, you basically, if you don't want to get spoiled in modern age, you have to binge watch every new season. So it's like, it comes out, you are stressed out because you need to cover an entire season in a weekend, then you have a year before the next season is even produced. So I'm But yeah,
I'm half and half. But the angry part of me is because it's a positive anger, because I want to see more. So,
yeah.
But if I say that I hate something, 90% of the time, in my exaggerated way, it's a positive hate. In that, oh my goodness, you did such a good job. Now I want more. I hate you.
I think it just makes the experience last longer, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
either way,
as critics, we always. One of the things we like to complain in media about is pacing. You could apply the same argument to the spacing out of an entire season. It's better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
look, this was not my point. I was making a joke, and you had to be the fun police.
Yes.
But no, She-Ra Season 2. I like it more than Season 1 so far. For one thing, there's less animation errors. 2, it just did more of what I wanted it to do, in that it gave characters I liked more characterization. There's more... Bo gets more time in the limelight, and I love him. He's my boy.
Is he the person with a bow?
Yes, he is the one with the bow. I'm a genius. But also Scorpia gets more characterization, and I'm so happy, because Scorpia I will protect till the end of time.
Is she the one with the bow?
No, she's the one with scorpion claws.
Dang it.
She's actually a giant monster villain, but she has a heart of gold, even though she's a monster.
She's a precious bean, and I love her.
I love trash villains.
They're great. They had, oh god, no spoiling, but they had it. One of the villains is named Shadow Weaver, and they had an episode about Shadow Weaver. Best episode of the season. It is so fucking good.
Shadow Weaver.
Yeah, Shadow Weaver, and also, I don't know how I feel about Catra. I love her, but I also don't like her. She's a very well-written character. She's very well-written in being unlikable. But no, in the
because
case of
in season 1, she started out very likable, and over the season it became more and more questionable if she is just a total asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just and season 2 kind of heightens it until one episode near the end, and it's now you feel bad for her again, just like season 1. So, but it's just I'm just I like her. I love her character design. I do like asshole characters. I like asshole people. Hi, Max. But but the thing is more and more, I don't want her to be reformed.
You want to see her murdered?
No, I don't want to see her murdered either. I just think, just like how there's a bunch of characters in the show that I think could be reformed and like how Adora is. Adora started as a bad guy, and someone ignorant because of the cause they were raised for, saw the error and did it. I think Catra is a good subversion. She knows all the bad things that they're doing and doesn't care. I think, there's nothing saying that every villain has to be reformed. And you can have tragic villains. You can have sympathetic villains.
Absolutely. The problem...
But as the Disney Renaissance showed, you can have sympathetic, tragic villains and them not be reformed.
My one big complaint of the horse show for a long time is that they took genuinely terrible people and says, no... It's just fine.
Friendship. You don't have to take any responsibility for the city you burned to the ground, to those entire nations you enslaved, to basically probably murdering a bunch of people off screen.
In the case of Chrysalis, that's why I like she's not reformed, because if you read the comic, she's destroyed whole nations of people.
Yeah. But damn.
But the thing is, I really do like Catra. Everyone thinks I don't like her because I don't ship Adora and Catra together. No.
Yeah. Don't do this. Ship Catra with me. Thank you. Don't waste her on Adora.
No, waste her. Use it. Ship Scorpio with her. But no, Scorpio doesn't deserve Catra. Scorpio just deserves to be a strong woman. But
does Catra go to the toilet in a litter box?
I don't. Look, they gave her a lot of cat traits. I don't want to know if that's one of them. But the thing is, I don't ship Catra and Adora because they have not given me any justification to ship them without it just being viewed as a toxic relationship. True. And a lot of people are like, well, if Catra gets reformed, but does that excuse all the toxicity that came during it, It's a gray area because people can change. However, if you know the person has potential to do that, do you want to be in a relationship with them? I'm just saying.
Taking on someone as a project and saying, no, there's good in this one.
Yeah, I don't mind them becoming friends again. I just don't think they should be romantic. But I like Catra. God, I want her to stay evil. I like her as an evil villain, which is her point, because she is a villain. But, season 2 is great. I loved it. I want more. They better not be making me wait a super goddamn long time for them to release the next few episodes. I'm fine with waiting. Not fine with waiting a year. That's what I had to do with DuckTales and Tangled and fucking Steven and Star. Don't make me wait.
So I haven't been spoiled on Endgame. I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know how it ends per se. But imagine if they tried to reform Thanos.
No.
He's just shit. Am I the bad guy?
I didn't
just clap on. No, just brings them back.
Instead of snapping the fingers to bring people back, you clap. This ain't Tinkerbell, dude.
I mean, he has a purpley skin. Oh wait, no, he's supposed to clap, so everybody would be a fairy but him. Never mind.
But no, just watch She-Ra, and while you're at it, watch season 3 of the Santa Clarita Diet, because there's no more seasons now. Thanks, Netflix. I have to binge watch 2 seasons just to be left on another cliffhanger, because you don't know how to cancel shows without telling them, so they can make proper endings.
So they canceled
how do
season 3.
The children say it now.
No, season 3 is apparently the last season. They're not making a season 4, but they didn't tell them till after season 3 was made. So Santa Clarita Diet season 3 ends on a cliffhanger again. So it's this is Firefly all over again.
How did the children say? Big oof, I believe
it
is
a
the
big
correct
oof, because Santa Clarita Diet is a great show, and I was like, man, you know what? I want to watch it again. I haven't watched it in quite a long time, and I still need to binge watch the season 2 and 3 because I remember watching season 1, having a great time, and then when I looked it up, it was the first article I saw was, Santa Clarita Diet is canceled, and I'm like, everything I love dies. But She-Ra, it's good. It's a very good. You should watch it. And I had to have an argument with one of my patrons because they wouldn't watch it. because they said that She-Ra looks like a boy. And I'm like, what boys have you been looking at? Because I'm sure these are not boys that are actually boys. Because that's a whole other...
Those fine Taiwanese boys.
Oh, yeah, but that's the end of my spiel. British, what have you got for us?
Hey, fathers and sisters of the church, I bring a holy treat from the heavens. So I guess first, before I go into that, I want to raise some awareness and sound like a total hypocrite as well, because I wanted to raise awareness for a film called The Missing Link. It is the latest Studio Lycra movie. It is. Yeah. I've heard it's fantastic. I still need to go see it, and I'm planning to go see it. But it is getting amazing critical reception, but is not getting anyone in the theaters to actually go see it because people just want to watch Endgame.
Their marketing was shit.
Yeah, the marketing with Leica movies, isn't it?
Because they don't have the budget to market it. But yeah, go see that movie because it's apparently amazing.
I'm too slow. There we go.
And now to make ANY's life even worse, now that he's just swapped to that, I'm going to swap immediately right back to what I was going to talk about, is the Sonic 2006 live Fandub. This has been my most favorite thing in a couple of months. Basically, if you don't know the context, it is Sonic 06, the entire game, but a bunch of voice actors from the interwebs come together and they dub all of the lines in one take with no script. All they know is that they get to watch the scenes like over and over again, so they know when people speak or when people are on camera and stuff. Mm-hmm. But oh my lord, it is the funniest thing. If you're a fan of like when Game Grumps do their ad-libs, or at least they pretend that they're the characters and they just go, they do stupid stories and have that kind of emerging running gags and narratives, you will adore the Sonic 2006 dub. It is just freaking hilarious. I can't even like summarize the story because it's so
all over the place.
Fucking bananas.
Oh god, this game is so bad.
It's so bad, but this makes it so good. It's like there's a scene where Shadow, Rogue, and the robot are in the desert, and Shadow immediately goes, "Hey, robot, count how many grains of sand." And for the next 5 minutes, the robot's just in the background counting. It's so great.
Is there a desert? Can I find a desert?
Gosh, I think no, it'd be like somewhere in the middle. But like, I believe the story is that Dr. Eggman wants to kidnap the redheaded girl to be his gamer girlfriend, so that he can help create the most epic battle royale game in order to take over the entire world. Memphis, Tennessee, not Mephistopheles. Memphis, Tennessee, is like a vape fart cloud of Shadow the Hedgehog, and also his secret gay lover.
This one here.
He also wants to create the most epic battle royale game to take over YouTube. It's the most bananas thing ever, and it's great. If you're just meme trash, shitposty, junkie like me, then you would probably adore it.
And it's basically all the cutscenes from the game, or
it's all the cutscenes.
Yeah, it's all the cutscenes from the game.
It's not the dub that made me laugh. It's the shitty like, here's the object, ragdoll physics.
Bong. Oh my god, Sora the Hedgehog is like this completely insecure, like
those humans and those hedgehogs don't look like they came from the same universe.
Yeah,
that dad there is king.
Kisses that redheaded girl in one scene.
That dad is like king of the gamers, and that is the flame of game right there. And it's so funny watching this emerging storyline come together that can take a complete left turn and change at the last second. Oh god, the greatest. It's the Chaos Emerald, the power of clear. You know, the color of clear, because clear is a color. That's weed. That's the power of weed. I could spend all day just quoting random bits of story elements that come out of it, but it honestly is worth a watch.
Yeah, it's just what to say. Or I will just link to this 1.5 hours happy fun time down there.
Yeah, the voice actors are also really fun. Oh god, it's just what a treat. Sometimes YouTube recommendations, they're 90% trash.
In another episode of Why Is This in My Recommended?
But 10% of the time, it just brings you a golden child of hope and joy.
Oh my lord! Why is there like the Windows 95 background here?
I think that was brought up.
It's my god, it is. Wait, but does it get brought up?
Hey, can I touch your arm? I can't remember. It's so random that I can't remember
nose?
specific
Like, what the-
quotes.
That's my go-to
It's such a
voice when I
treat
have
on
to-
the visuals.
Just like a Final Fantasy character.
What about
Sonic
Uh-huh.
doesn't blink.
Now this is food. Ah, yeah.
Beautiful.
just-
I love your new
This is so uncomfortable.
I'm gonna name her.
Oh, you scared away my food, you dumb bitch.
Hey, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie looks great, guys.
Oh god, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That is going to be a disaster piece, and I
Apparently,
can't wait to
Chris
see
Pratt's gonna be in it.
it. All the more reason.
Ooh.
Oh. But do you have anything else to say about this masterpiece before we move on to the
It's
actual
hard.
masterpiece?
It's hard to describe, really. It is truly the best piece of media that will be shown on this podcast today, by
it's
far.
Fair. It's fair. I mean, I cannot.
I genuinely
Best
can't
compete
do
with
it
John
justice.
Drinkwater.
I genuinely can't do it justice.
I mean,
So
this
I
is
guess I'll
from
just move on.
2006. If this would be produced today, its CGI would definitely be better than Endgame and Infinity Wars combined.
Have you seen
It'd
the
be
Lion
on Black
King
Panther
CGI
levels.
nowadays? Ugh.
But I've been told they went for realistic.
Mm.
And I love it when they take Lion King pictures of non-impressive Simba next to real cat pictures, and the cats have more expressive faces than the
When
fucking...
meme cats have more expressions than
Yeah.
your multi-million-dollar
Did
movie.
Ninja drop completely?
Don't know. He froze.
He froze. Hello.
He froze it. He
British?
froze in a face of disappointment.
Yeah, understandably. I guess he maybe will drop and rejoin.
Ah,
Oh, there.
There he is.
I hear him again. He's not moving yet.
Yeah,
I just
Sonic killed him.
understandably, but still. So
British, blink once if you're alive.
there was
ah,
his frame.
Help me.
His frame
Help.
changed.
He's stuck in Ready Player One. Now my camera's frozen. What the hell?
Oh yeah, it is. But I can at least you are just frozen. Oh, Pretty seems to move again.
Okay, British is moving.
I'm-
He came back to life.
I'm refreshing you, Chrissy. So you are officially
Hello?
refreshed. Yes, you are moving
Okay.
and are audible. Excellent.
Hey, that's awesome.
But-
The only thing
My
I was going to
favorite
say
Fox
is that
Parker cardboard cutout of British Ninja. Thank you, Odie. We're glad for your contributions. But
Okay.
so-
The
Now
only thing I was going to say is that, the Lion King, I hate how they call it the live-action version when it's nearly
CGI.
more animated than the old one.
it's only CGI, isn't it? So how?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
not live action.
it's like
at all.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean,
It's animation.
I
You
mean,
schmucks.
Beauty and the Beast. You can't say about the live action adaptation what you want. At least it had a lot of live action in it.
Well, I mean, it's mainly a thinly veiled thing in order so that they can keep the copyright on the Lion King.
Probably.
Are you sure that that Beauty and the Beast wasn't animated? I still deny that Emma Watson was an actual person in that.
No,
That's
no.
true.
Any
Yes.
animation would have more emotion than she, because usually animators
Yeah.
like to
Animators
some-
like to, actually
animate.
plan out emotion.
Only a
You know.
real person.
Adventure in the Great White.
Exactly. Only a real person can be
But that
that
would describe
wooden.
why the lip syncing is so bad.
Oh,
through the animation.
ooh, deal with it. But oh no, But okay, so.
Wait, did
that's all I have to
somebody
about
say
Sonic.
deal with it?
You will never get
Oh.
aligned perfectly with those glasses.
The
There
sad
you
thing
go.
is I had it mostly aligned. I believe I have my seat higher than usual.
You looked. It
I
was
do.
it's like you just pulled down the sunglasses.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the boys are back in town.
Boys are back. But yeah, I guess I guess I move on. Or
Yeah,
you're okay. Fun thing, so we don't have to look at a not animated Avengers thing that time. I've actually found some video where a guy is just doing some key jingling or something while it's played. No, about Avengers. There's a little bit of audio, yes. I actually took notes so that I know what I wanted to talk about without going spoilery. So I will start out completely. Okay, this is really okay, this was a horrible idea. I guess I put a link to it down below, but I cannot watch this. This is annoying. Anyways,
it's so distracting.
it is fucking distracting because
Why did you pick it?
I don't know. I thought it was more interesting than this because I don't want to play an actual trailer of it. Even so,
Just get Steve Buscemi. We just need Steve Buscemi.
After watching Endgame, I actually went back and watched all the trailers, and once again, I have to say, Marvel does an ingenious job with their trailers. Credit where credit is due. They produce material for trailers that does not get used in the main movie or that gets altered. And they don't show any of the surprises or twists. I mean, there are surprises and twists, which I will not mention at all. No worries, you can stay tuned. But the trailers...
Like I was never there.
The trailers actually do not give too much away. So, the credit where credit is due. Overall, fun movie, great movie. I mean, given that it had a year of hype to build up, it was kind of like, oof, will it be able to live up to its hype? And I would say, yeah. Yeah.
Why does Yuri say you hate it?
Oh, I will get there. Oh, and British is gone again. And this time it's not very pleasant what the connection did to his face.
What a creepy photo. He has no nose.
Oh no, he's just disintegrating. Somebody snapped again.
Mr. Y, I don't feel so good.
Hey, exactly. I will just talk through it since I mean the spoiler-free part. He wants to freeze in a later part, I guess. So yeah, a good movie. One thing to point out, it has a bigger focus on. Whoop, there he drops. There he returns, and I didn't even need to refresh him. That's nice. It has. I would say overall it has less action than Infinity Wars. Would you agree?
No.
Really? Same?
I think the thing is, it had the same amount of action, but it was just concentrated in less. It was just concentrated in different places. Meanwhile, Infinity Wars was more spread out.
Could be then, but for the same reasons, it felt like there was less action and there was a bigger focus on, well, previous events. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie. Obviously, they need to fill it with something.
It's a good question, actually.
Oh boy, yeah.
You know, I'm going to go see Avengers on Monday or tomorrow. Is there a good time in the movie to take a pee break?
No.
Is it just 3 hours of...
It's... Basically, I mean, I only saw one person get up and leave during the screening today.
Should I get like a bucket or something to alleviate myself?
Here was a lucky coincidence. So there was a strike with the cinema service personnel today. So there was only one lone desperate guy trying to serve an entire sold-out IMAX. And Yuri and I arrived there, and we took our place in the line. I observed it for a minute, and I was like, this line is not... we are not going to be there in quarter an hour when the movie was supposed to start. And Yuri just like, nope, grabs me and pushes me towards the entry of the cinema. So yeah, so I didn't get but I didn't get Coke, and I didn't get I didn't get popcorn, but I also did not get my liter of Coke, and that was good. That was good.
Good, because knowing you would have probably been
dying
so much
by the end of it.
an hour
Yes,
and a half in.
I know.
You guys don't take popcorn.
I'm like, you Avengers think you know what pain is after losing half of all life in the universe? Imagine what I go through right now. Exactly. So yeah, if it's a screening without a break, tough luck.
Also, before you continue, British, check the settings on your video. It automatically blurred your background, and I think that's making your video flicker on the screen.
You do a lot of flickering now.
I mean, from my perspective, my video has been crazy rave party since we started the podcast.
Well, just right click your
it.
There's maybe
no.
who
Skype
knows,
automatically blurs your background. You have to right click it and say
this
do not
is a setting. This is actually a setting in Skype. Good point.
I mean, I think poking it would also work, but
poking it is just distracting.
Hang on, it's just this is the motherfucking T.
Stop it.
Let's see here. It's a touchscreen webcam. It's why I'm sort of doing it this way.
But yeah, what can I say? Tying up a loser, plenty of loose threads. Overall good. I would say it has once again more focus on the situation and a bit less on action. It goes. Maybe I can say this much. I did not expect. I mean, I had certain ideas what might happen. I mean, I believe a lot of people have certain ideas where the movie might be going in the end. Not saying more, but the how they get there, I had no fucking clue. And when it happened, I was like, "Holy fuck! I didn't see that one coming."
I don't want to get into like spoiler territory.
Yes, and I will probably not say.
As far as I'm a DC guy, like I'm not that big on Marvel. I thought that Thanos, he is the big bad guy. Like, where do we go from here? Like, who's after that? I know you have Galactus.
It's called Endgame. Officially, there were originally only 3 phases before they decided to milk the cow dry.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're not going to stop. They grossed $1 billion in their opening weekend.
Well, they've said that they probably have Marvel material till 2023.
Also, Yuri is mentioning the I'm not sure if this is a pyramid scheme or also something, it probably is kind of a spoiler, guys, so be prepared, but we all fell for it. No, put them back on. I would put up the sign if it would be a real spoiler.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yes.
He's probably joking.
Yes, so the thing is, we all fell for it.
Cautious.
Marvel, over all the movies, Marvel programmed us, they fooled us, they manipulated us, and we all fell for it.
Well...
So the entire cinema stayed in place throughout the credits, and there was no after credit scene.
No after.
It just ended.
I have a thing to say about that.
And we all like, huh? What's this? What's this? Why are the lights going on? Something is missing.
Yeah, can I just say this? I've heard a lot of people actually be angry that there's no post-credit scene and stuff, and they were like, we just sat through the credits for nothing. Fuckers! These people have spent 11 years making this universe, sit through the credits, and look at their names on screen. They work so fucking hard for your own entertainment. It's the least you can fucking do. I sit through the credits most of the times in movies if I'm there by myself, because that's what they fucking deserve. Who cares if you don't get your little after credit scene? Appreciate the work people do for your 3 hours of entertainment.
Also, just want to point out,
the tease.
In Gaming and Ties, this week we just finished another campaign of Resident Evil 6. They have, and I'm not exaggerating here, they have a 10+ minute credit sequence that plays in its entirety after each campaign.
That's a bit rough.
So don't complain ever about this 5+ minutes in Avengers. You only have to watch it once. It's shorter, and you can skip it once you bought the Blu-ray. So
okay, sorry. I thought you were saying that they had a right to complain because it gets absurd. And
there's shit like a 10+ minutes.
I think people hate that too, though. To be fair.
I'm going to say this. This is not a spoilery thing. The credit sequence they make before, the normal credit scroll thing, I kind of was just like, when I was watching, I felt like that little warm fuzzy of someone who started with Iron Man and seeing how they credited the original Avengers, because it's not how they visually say the credits of the actors who play them. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but it's very personal because they have like the actual autographs of the actual actors.
Yes, yes.
And it's just like, what, that felt good.
Yeah, it's a cool credit. I will not deny that.
But okay, why does Yuri say you hate the movie?
For that, I probably have to switch on the spoiler sign, but I have one thing that I want to bring up, which is neutral, so spoiler neutral. Just something in general about this movie. So and because I don't want to put in the spoiler sequence because I want to hear everybody hear how I proclaim myself being right as always.
Okay, let me say it so I can tell you how you're wrong.
Captain Marvel is, of course, fucking OP, as the end of her own movie demonstrated, and I was like, she is too OP, she doesn't work, she is too strong, she is story breaking. Fun fact, she got shit to do in this movie, and the screenwriters realized it and sent her not there, so she is busy off screen for the majority of the movie, and when she is there and does stuff, anything she contributes to the story is only there for her to contribute to it. None of the things she contributes to the entire movie were needed. They could have easily avoided any of those things, but no, they needed to be there so that Captain Marvel can contribute in one way without being involved in the other stuff where she would ruin the story by being overpowered.
She was used just as much as she actually needed to. But the line that they have to scurry her off on the bus, I sat there when they said that line of I'm going to be gone a long time, and I'm like,
I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day because I don't like Captain Marvel that much. I think I don't like her character that much.
No,
and her character's kind of a jerk. And I haven't heard too many nice things about her actress either. Now she's been kind of a jerk to people.
But I always thought,
why do I not like Captain Marvel, but I do like, let's say, Batman in the not in the new Justice League, but the Justice League cartoon, because they have the similar dynamic of being not being sarcastic, but being 100% their way or the highway. They are stubborn in that regard.
Because Batman's also a human that actually earned their things. Captain Marvel got her stuff by pure accident, and then she was she has the power of the Tesseract and blood of a super alien race.
That's what I eventually came to the conclusion to. It's we get to see Batman progress through, his beginnings up to where he is now, of course, and he earns that respect of talking point.
Yeah. And that's a fun thing that I heard people critique about Captain Marvel the movie. That she as a protagonist has the least amount of development. Everything is just there for her. She as a character doesn't learn, change, or does anything.
Yeah.
She's like Ariel.
Yeah, can I just say though, fuckers, you keep Captain Marvel alive, but you don't keep my girl Shuri. How dare you? And you kill her off screen.
Oh, you mean that she's vanished?
You mean snapped?
Okay. This is not a spoiler because they put them on the posters. You know, when they released all those posters in black and white, and Shuri was black and white. I was like, no!
obviously, it also gets addressed who got vanished because obviously
Gallagher guy in the first movie.
Yeah, but I will say how they do the plot of the movie. Why they and everything, I can understand why they killed off the smartest person in the Marvel universe, which is canonically Shuri, because the first initial conflict would have gotten solved really quickly if you had the smartest person in the Marvel universe there.
That was my big thing in the first Avengers movie. How Captain's we don't trade lives. Before going into a war where people got slaughtered both left and right.
Wasn't this how it should have ended? Who made this we don't trade life, and then the king of Wakanda's but what about my people? We don't trade life, but thousands of my people are dying. Well, we don't trade life.
We could solve the problem right here.
You're kind of trading my people for we don't trade lives.
But okay, so that was your neutral point. What's the spoiler?
So okay, I keep
headphones off because I don't want spoilers.
He's missing the visual cue. Buddy, I will keep.
What do in this time? I'm just gonna prance around the room.
Soft spoilers. I will not go hard spoilers anyway. If you are a person who does want to go into a movie as blind as possible, mute the video until I remove the spoiler signs. But once again, I will not reveal any big plot points. I will talk about them in a way that if you have seen it, you will probably know what I talk about. If you will see it, you will remember what I talked about. But if you haven't seen it, you will not know what I'm talking about. So you
Okay.
don't get spoiled. At least not hard spoiled.
Okay.
Okay.
Soft spoiled eggs.
Yes. So my biggest beef with it, which is what Yuri is referring to in the beginning, why I hate the movie. I don't hate the movie, but
Okay.
but capital
Yes.
B. What made it even worse for me is that the last scene, especially the last scene right before the credits, left me with something to ponder over, where I was like, you ruined it! You fucking... Wait, how does the Planet of the Apes quote go?
You bastard!
Bastards!
You blew it up!
Ah,
Damn you!
basically.
Damn you all to hell!
Basically, I felt like that. I climbed off my horse to get on my high horse, and I fell into the sand, and I was cursing to the sky. Because earlier in the movie, there is a scene in which Professor Banner, Dr. Banner? What is Bruce Banner even? He's a doctor, isn't he?
Banner is a doctor.
Banner, whatever. Bruce Banner explains something very plot relevant, and he is like, no, that's not how it works. It works this specific way. And they stuck to it. They stuck to it until the final scene where they completely fuck it over. It's like, to this point, they completely were aligned with it, and I was like, wow, that's fucking impressive. And then in the last scene, they were like, oh, we really want to have this scene. That's a nice send-off. Let's fuck over what we did continuity-wise. And it kept bothering me throughout the credits. And I talked about it with Yuri after on it. We still didn't come to a satisfying explanation for it.
Mercy for turning off that spoiler signal, by the way.
I understand that. I mean, here's the thing, that it is ignorable to a certain point that they did this. It is ignorable to a certain point if they don't bring it up throughout the future videos, throughout the future movies, and just leave it as this one send-off, this send-off of Endgame, like the final moment. But I have the feeling that maybe they might bring back how to say that? Oh boy, I mean, the spoiler sign is up.
I mean, I know.
Let's just
are you
say,
talking about the passing of the torch?
Let's the setup for the scene is the problem. But let's just say, if in a future movie Loki returns, they done goofed, then they fucked it up. Then they fucked it up in canon, and it's not contained anymore. Yeah. We might have to have a talk about this later.
Because now I'm thinking of two scenes that you're talking about, because you said at the very end, but now you're saying Loki, so I'm thinking about the middle scene where they had to do this whole thing.
Anyways.
But I have two things that are soft spoilers, but it's not
okay.
It's not indicative to the film that I want to just say. One, and this is one of my few complaints about the movie, I think they wasted this Stan Lee cameo.
I mean, they didn't really have a lot of material to redo it.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying when they made Endgame, there are two scenes in this movie where you have slightly elder characters, and they even shown in this movie they can make people look younger. They did it with Stan Lee in this cameo, where it would have been a more emotionally impactful usage of the creators of these characters. One involving Iron Man, the other involving Captain America. And I feel like it was wasted, because I
have no fucking clue what you mean. You probably cannot explain it more. I have no fucking clue.
I can't explain it, but you have two characters that could work, of having an emotional connection with the characters that Stan Lee created, and it could work story casting wise. And I could talk to you about it later, but I was just sitting there and I was like, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a waste. Maybe
we do a full-on spoiler post-show spoiler post show, which I can also upload on YouTube if we do it.
Yeah.
I guess we can also switch out Yuri for British if Yuri is still around, and since Brady
But
hasn't seen it.
The other soft spoil that was my thing is, I guess it's spoiler neutral. I screamed it in the pre-show. This movie made Ant-Man and the Wasp required viewing.
Oh, I mean, this was kind of obvious given by the ending of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I don't care.
Yeah.
The thing is,
okay,
it's spoiler neutral, so I guess you can turn off the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, British, come back.
Nah, he doesn't hear us, but he will see it. You just keep talking. He will see it eventually.
The thing was, I hate the fact, and this is my problem with Captain Marvel 2. Even though Captain Marvel, I guess, has just more reason of it establishes Captain Marvel as a character.
Why? She didn't get used anyways. Hey-oh!
Ant-Man and the Wasp is the most useless movie in the entire MCU. And I'm not saying that as it's a bad movie. It's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of useless. But what angers me is that you made it useless until the last, 3 minutes.
It's true.
And I feel like that is just a... Hi, British.
And now he notices that the sign is off.
We done?
I'm just saying that is the one thing that irks me about the later MCU films, and which is basically Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Captain Marvel, in that they are useless films that they make require viewing for very minuscule things. And it just irks me, because I think after Black Panther, the films became less required viewing. And I will say this, Endgame does at least have a decent amount of exposition to say where Scott Lang was, so you don't exactly need to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. But is that really a solution? It just annoys me. That was the one thing that annoys me, but it's not Endgame's fault. So, but
FYI,
yeah.
I have a lot of questions to answer. I have a lot of answers to give to my housemates. It's like I'm walking through the house looking like this.
No, it's just a normal Tuesday of someone who's spent 2 weeks working on essays. You finally...
Yeah, no, that's true. This is what happens.
But
That's
yeah,
true.
So I guess, do you have anything else to say about Endgame, Max?
No, overall a very satisfying thing. As I said in the beginning, it does wrap things, all the build up nicely.
It's a terrible idea.
It's living up to the hype.
I just want to see one perfectly shaved part of your beard and nothing else.
So yeah, I mean, at this point it seems kind of pointless to be like, hey, if you are into the MCU movies, you should see this, because then you probably are going to see it. And if you haven't watched MCU to this point, don't watch it. Start at the beginning.
I haven't seen Captain Marvel or Ant-Man and the Wasp, but
I believe, ironically, you can skip both in hindsight.
That was actually my point before you came in that you don't exactly need them.
Yeah,
but
both of them.
But yeah, with that, we will go to the Q&As. Also, can we just make it so Avengers and Endgame overtakes fucking Avatar as the highest grossing film of all time? Because I would like a good movie to be the highest grossing film of all time.
Name me one character from Avatar.
Aang.
Nice.
But
you
yeah,
both have seen the Jack film video. It doesn't work like
that's
this.
exactly what I read. Jake Sully, and that's only because I watched the Jax Films video. But now on to our questions. Let's see. Actually, this kind of goes in because I had a question that I would love the audience to answer to. So I guess a yay. From Cosmic Kiet, ask Awkward. What has been the worst spoiler you ever received for something? Like almost making you mad that they spoiled something for you. Like, and we don't have to pick Endgame. It could be something previous, but like, because I'm someone who does not like spoilers. I got spoiled for Infinity War.
Oops.
I was not happy. I was not spoiled. I was spoiled for Infinity War, and I think that was the most angry I got at a spoiler.
I can't remember if it was Infinity War or something else, but I know that Misanthropony spoiled something, whether it was on Twitter or on Skype groups or something like that. Oh no, yeah, I think he made it like his profile picture or his tag or something, and everyone got mad at him, like really mad.
Yeah,
like, that was outrage.
Yeah, but I think the only not. Oh yeah, Force Awakens. I got spoiled about Han Solo's death in Force Awakens, and that made me so pissed. Because I was so hyped for Star Wars, and I'm still hyped, and it's just like, fuck you. But yeah, has there ever been a spoiler, someone that you've ever gotten, I guess you could just say the movie that you got spoiled for that made you really angry?
There was something recently, but I can't put my finger on it.
The thing is that I'm already avoiding spoilers for years now so consistently that I actually did not run into it. I mean, I have regrets about having been grown up with movies, not being able to appreciate them, and then later, like Star Wars, like talking about Star Wars, I already, as far as my memory goes back, I knew that Darth Vader was Luke's father, and therefore this twist never existed for me. Because I remember it as long as I watch movies, so trying to think of something where it actually.
But it's an interesting question, though.
Yeah, it is an interesting question. I'm just trying to remember something.
It makes me think of the Simpsons clip where Homer leaves the theater after seeing Star Wars and is like, "Can you believe that Darth Vader was Luke's father?" And everyone pissed.
But yeah, one that comes to mind, since we already brought up the pony show earlier, the ascension of Twilight.
Oh, yeah,
Twilight Sparkle. This was common knowledge, like half a season before the finale, and so during the finale, which could have been a mind-blowing moment, was like, so when is it about to happen? I mean, we only have like 5 minutes left. Yeah, it needs to happen about now. I mean, I know it will happen. So this kind of thing, like,
yeah.
But this was official advertisement, completely spoiling the shit out of it.
I think it's weird that like I the only reason I watched the show is because I wanted to find out how the spoiler happened. I had never got around to watching. It was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and for those who haven't watched it, spoilers. One of the best characters in the show, Colonel Maze Hughes, looks a lot like Markiplier and is one of like the most awesome characters in the show. He dies to the hands of the villains, and the death, it doesn't come out of nowhere. Like they build it up a little bit, but it still. It just seems so brutal to see the comic relief just get axed off, and it certainly would have hit a lot harder if I didn't know it was coming. Saying that, I've been spoiled on someone's death in Endgame, which is quite unfortunate. I haven't seen it yet, of course. I see it tomorrow, but assholes, what are you gonna do?
Speaking of death, I remember the other TV spoiler that I got spoiled by. I didn't watch Final Space until I watched it with Max. I got spoiled about a certain character's death halfway through the show that made me really pissed. But I didn't want to say that I was spoiled on it because if I knew it, it would ruin it for this guy, and I didn't want to do that because I still enjoyed the show. But I was just like, because I was looking up like the show, and the first thing that gets brought up is how this show is so subversive because of how they kill off characters. And then the thumbnail of the picture was the fucking character. I'm like, fuck
Dicks.
you, Vice. But it's just like, that made me mad. But I guess that's our answers.
I remember, by the way, it was, I was playing an 8-year-old game, so I guess I have myself to blame, but it was Tales of the Borderlands, the Telltale game. I'm a massive Borderlands fan, I never got around to watching it or playing it, and I spoiled that Scooter is like a self-sacrificial thing, and that like hurt me on the inside, and I was like, fuck man, I'm literally playing this, why would you tell me that? Dicks.
Also, I have Twitter questions.
Oh,
Ooh.
cool. Answer, ask away.
Twitter.
The first Twitter question is specifically for you, British. So
For moi?
Key and I are kind of out and for once we can really not answer this question. From Fee.
Well, I guess that's my cue to go use the bathroom.
Oh yeah, from Fee, Fiora, the Princess of Explosions, the tank girl.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Why does your character have bacon hair?
It is a prophecy as old as time. No, like, I'm not even gonna try and bullshit this. Like, literally, I like the color orange. You know, as you may be able to tell, I have slightly reddish hair myself. It certainly used to be redder, that's for sure. But I like the color orange. It was cool. Honestly, my character is the way he is because of the Pony OC creator. That is, I literally, like the original British Ninja OC was just random mishmaps from General Zoe Pony creator. And I'm like, that looks cool. I thought that orange is cool color, kind of similar to what I have in real life. It's pretty much all it is. If your bacon is both red and that orange, then that's a nasty bacon.
What did I miss?
Bacon is not meant to be...
The question why British character has bacon hair.
That's not bacon hair. That's ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, it's similar to. But yeah, it's because of Pony Creator OC, which I still love to bits. I love the Pony OC creator so much.
This icon of yours just makes you look like Sunset Shimmer's shit little brother.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. I do like this icon though, the little avatar. I think I might use it in the future because, of course, when the Pony Show is coming to a close, we're gonna have to start branching out and doing more stuff, and then forgetting to upload for a year.
But so was that the whole question?
Yes, this was the question.
All right, so back to Discord.
I have another one, but you go first there.
Yeah, Fun Ruiner asks, I might have asked this one before, but because I can't remember, it counts as new. Dab. What's that scene in a movie or a series that you can remember that gave you serious mood whiplash? As in, you go from being happy or relaxed to sad and angry in seconds. What was the name of that fucking...
Infinity Wars, the ending?
No, I'm thinking of TV. I'm thinking of the Doctor Who spin-off.
Oh, fucking Torchwood, yeah.
Yeah, Torchwood. Hey, you want to see a show do mood whiplash, but not in the way of making you sad? It makes you just viscerally angry. That's Torchwood.
What's the question? Mood whiplash.
What is a scene or something from a movie or a show that is giving you mood whiplash? And like you're happy, and then hits you with the exact opposite emotion, like sadness or anger or something. Infinity Wars is an example.
Yes,
there's stuff in Endgame that's an example, but Torchwood is my big example for TV because that's just like fuck you.
This entire show is just bipolar with their feels. There's one show that there's only one thing I remember about it to this day, but it's it really made me angry when I watched it because due to this kind of mood whiplash. I mean, what direction was the question? It also is allowed to go into the wrong direction.
It's allowed to go vice versa as long as it is a mood whiplash.
So here's there was a Robin Hood TV show, like there have been a million bazillion. It was an okay version of it. I don't recall anything else beyond it. But then there was the big season's finale, and Prince John has this, or is this the Sheriff of Nottingham? I don't know, the bad guy. The bad guy has this brilliant scheme running on where he pretends that King Richard has returned. And he asks the noblemen of Sherwood, one by one, into the room, and it's like, it's King Richard, but he wants to have a one-on-one with everybody to check the alliances. And it's a sheriff, and everybody comes in, and when he's like, can you tell me something bad about the sheriff? And everybody who is like, oh yeah, the sheriff is a horrible man, he basically is like, haha, it's me, stab. So he basically kills half the supportive noble houses, half the good people with any power. Then when Mike Marion's dad comes in, Robin Hood makes a big switcheroo, and they save the dad from confessing to the sheriff, so they can keep the charade going that the dad of Matt Marion is totally a supporter of the sheriff, and then they make their daring escape. And once they escape, they go in a big group of all the protagonists of the show, back to their camp in Sherwood, and they're like, oh god, oh golly gee, we totally fooled him once again. Whoa. And I'm like, guys, this episode
just
was
killed half the cast.
No, not the cast. It was, but you failed. You saved this one nobleman, and but you foiled the sheriff's plan only after he killed already like a dozen noblemen. This was a giant power grab for him, and you fucking losers barely got out of there. You have no reason to be happy. This was overall a loss for you. You just reduced your loss, and they were playing it off like da 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 da, like
we are. What has that Men in Tights song?
This feels like just putting a scene of a puppy after the red wedding, and
it was family friendly. That's the thing, that Robin was always like shoot not to kill, but with his superior bow skills he was able to disarm anybody. And then there was this one episode where he thought that somebody he liked died, and he was like, oh my god, he's willing to kill, and he goes around and it's like basically on a, I'm not even sure if he went on a murder spree or if he was stopped in time, but then we still have this scene at the end of the series where it's like dozens of good people got murdered, but we are having fun. Robin doesn't go on his serious mode anymore, and I'm like, fuck this show. Thank goodness it was never never got an additional season.
I think for me the classic example of going from very, very happy to very, very sad in a very Whiplash sense, on purpose, of course, the beginning 5 minutes of Up. My lord, is so delightful, and then it just punches you in the penis, just raw dogs it like full on knuckle dusters. Just goes a couple rounds on your junk, and just oh god, it destroys it. It hurts so much. But I think the more interesting one is one where I was conflicted. It was such an emotional whiplash that I couldn't decide which one I wanted to whiplash to. And that is, there is an episode of Death Note where the protagonist of Death Note, of course, Light Yagami, is the bad guy. You're not supposed to root for him. But at the same time, there's a slight part of you that roots to see, oh, how is he gonna get out of this one? Like, he's kind of screwed. And my favorite episode of Death Note is the one where he has to convince the detective to give Light Yagami her real name without letting the detective know that there's an obvious reason why Light Yagami wants to know her real name. And there is such a, oh my god, like, if he runs out of time, that's it, he's done. That's the whole Light thing over. The good guys have nearly... And then he manages to trick her and kill her. And in that moment, it's like, wait a minute, did I just root for him? Oh god, what am I, a monster?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Death Note, the best 25 episodes of an anime ever.
Yes, only 25.
There's only 25 episodes.
There's only 25.
25. There is only 25. But if this is a way
there is no issues in Bossing Say.
Yeah, no issues. If there's for me and have another excuse, the entirety of Final Space is a mood whiplash, because
also true.
The beginnings of the episodes are some of the most depressive shit, and then the episodes are usually quite funny. And also the death scene that I mentioned before, the entire episode was pretty much comedy and wholesomeness before that, and then the rest of the episode after this big scene is silence.
I believe there's even a silent credit, isn't there?
It is a silent credits, and all you see is just the ship's lights dimming. And it's just like, I remember when me and Max sat there and watched that, he was just like, holy shit. Like, it was just like, next episode. Like, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Next episode, the character gets brought back, right? They start a rescue mission, right?
Right? No. But next Twitter question, if there is.
Oh yeah, there is, from S.E. Rowan. I will fail with this name for the rest of my life.
What?
Cosmic Keyframe. What was your has been your favorite cosplay so far? You looked really awesome in your Lapis Lazuli cosplay, by the way. And what kind of cosplay would you choose for ANY and British Ninja, and why?
Oh, okay. I have to do this. My favorite cosplay is Squirrel Girl. That was the best cosplay, and it has the best stories behind it that I love to laugh at. I don't think there's any other cosplay that I could make that I could say I got kicked out of a hotel.
Twice.
And even twice. And even then, the censored version of that costume still looked cute, so I don't mind. But Squirrel Girl, and also the Ghost Girl from Monster Prom, because that one was just the first time that face makeup worked right.
You were pretty blue.
I was. Did I ever tell you what my great aunt said to my mom when they were on the phone after they visited? So I met my grandmother's sister and her husband when we were at Comic-Con. Wonderful people. They actually got along with my friends quite well. My uncle talks way too much about sports to people who don't care about sports. She called my mom and she was like, "Oh, it was nice seeing Chrissy, but she seemed a bit blue." And my mom thought that meant sad. And it's like, no, she was literally blue. Like,
that's wonderful.
And my mom wasn't happy. I was just laughing because my aunt has a great sense of humor. But yeah.
That's a dad joke coming from an aunt.
Yeah, the cosplays I would pick for ANY and British. Then I want to hear the cosplays you would pick for me, because I want to hear stuff about myself because I'm a narcissist.
Fair.
Now for British, let's start with the British. I mean, you're putting a great image right now out with your cat and that. Honestly, I guess I have to go with the pony show. I could see you be a humanized Sunburst.
Yeah, I could see that working.
With the cloak and the big glasses, I think it could work. You also just have that kind of ginger going on that it would be a very easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And then for ANY, I mean, he's already has the perfect Star-Lord costume. Oh, okay, there we go.
There we go.
Oh my God, your pits.
I know. I noticed. I'm hiding them under the jacket now.
Sorry. I tried to ignore them, but when you raised it up, if it makes anyone feel better, I discovered that in my Slytherin shirt, I get ANY level pit stains in that. So my Kichi pointed it out, and now I'm very insecure. And now I know how I make ANY feel when I point them out.
Good.
Hey man, it's just sweat crying.
But no, the S in Slytherin stands for sweat. But no, I guess for good old Maximilian. See, it's just like I see Star-Lord just so often. I don't know if I could pick. I would just list
I'm struggling to think one of you.
I would just list every Chris Pratt character after he lost weight. So, like Jurassic World. But no. Okay. This is a Chris Pratt character, but it's really silly. Mm-hmm. Rex Dangerfest from Lego Movie 2.
Ooh, nice.
And then you could get British to be Emmett because he's already like a younger you, and that works with the movie.
Perfect. Now we know.
I'm fine with that.
British.
Cool.
We now officially have a couple's costume.
Fuck yeah. I'm down. That sounds awesome.
Shit. Now I need to. Okay, we now know what to do until BC. You need to get an Emmett costume together, and I need to get a Dangerfield costume together.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and honestly, those are just my legit answers. I think that just fits super well. But what about me? I don't want to hear these answers, partially because I feel like there would be some insults involved.
Closest I could get, aside from a roll of mint toothpaste, there is a siren in Borderlands 2 called Maya, and I think you'd be able to pull.
Wait, is she the redhead?
Well, Lilith would work as well, but Maya has your hairstyle.
Lilith. I know there's a.
You'd also pull off Lilith really well if you dyed your hair like red and got all the clothes. So yeah. That's up your alley. But I only thought I had the same sort of sideswept over here.
Yeah, I just know that I've already cosplayed the one character in all of media that just looks scarily like me, which is Squirrel Girl.
I was struggling to think of anything but Squirrel Girl after you did Squirrel Girl.
It's true though. When I show people pictures of Squirrel Girl and then I show me, they're like, "Wait, that is you? What the fuck?"
When did you become a Marvel character? Is she in Endgame? That'd be amazing.
No, I wish.
Oh. When are we getting a Squirrel Girl and Gwenpool movie? That'd be amazing.
But what?
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
Max, come on, come up with something. Is it that hard?
I don't know. I'm just not good with creative stuff. That's why I was so happy
Just
that you had
list
to
one
answer
of
for
the
everybody.
millions of female characters that you know.
Looks to back wall.
I mean, I guess if you dye your hair dark, you could go for a ladybug. Even though that's one onesie, I don't think that outside of CGI this looks good. I mean,
I've
even in
seen
CGI
plenty
it
that
looks
don't.
questionable. Yeah. I mean, that's something you have to say that Cat Noir actually has a more interesting cosplay to pull off IRL.
I mean, he looks like a gimp, but it works.
Yeah, and with she basically has this kind of onesie that diva cosplayers wear half of the time.
Polka dots everywhere, and that's not flattering.
So yeah, let's go for something else then.
I'm short enough that I could probably pull off a Judy pretty okay.
Maybe
Yeah, you can manage to pull that off.
inspiration anywhere.
Actually, that's a good point. You guys should have done a Nick Wilde / Judy thing already.
I guess. Huh.
Wow.
That'd be a freebie.
Well, I had one idea with Ladybug. That's very.
Okay, maybe I could pull off Marinette in a universe where that costume looks good in real life. But I mean, I know that one cosplay that I will be doing is Jinx from League of Legends, so that's gonna be fun.
Or you
That's
could go.
hella cool.
Or you could go a real challenge like.
Yeah, give me a
Pinky,
challenge.
Pinky from My Hero Academia.
Oh, Mina would be so much fun.
See?
Mina would be fun.
I get to shoot acid jizz out of my hands.
Hey, perfect.
No,
Next question.
I'm just saying they know what they were doing when they animated that acid. But or Amanda from Little Witch. Anyway, we have further questions. Let's see. Okay, two questions from our end, but the first one is not it's a very quick question. So this question is for you guys, but also for the chat. Is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco?
Didn't we have
But isn't
something
it taco?
similar so far?
No, I don't think they listed it. I think they asked it.
In theory,
Yeah.
it would be a taco because a sandwich requires like 2 pieces of bread. Or
But
2
isn't it-
separate.
What is a taco? Is a taco its own class, or is it a type of
Well, a
sandwich?
taco. Well, here's the thing. It shouldn't be a taco either because I thought a taco was a shell-based thing. I think it's more like a
There's such
wrap.
thing as soft shell tacos.
Oh
So-
well,
which is
yeah, it's more of a
basically
taco.
bread.
It's more of a taco than it is a sandwich because a sandwich requires
Is
2
a
separate
taco-
pieces sandwiched on top.
I just googled is a taco, and the first result is a sandwich.
God damn it.
Tacos
Yeah,
are not
I'm in-
sandwiches. Okay, we solved that mystery. But now there's the mystery of is a burrito a sandwich? Okay, a burrito is not a sandwich.
No, it's not a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich. It's 2 pieces of bread.
No, it's not. It's 1 piece of bread that you cut in the middle.
That just makes it 2 pieces of bread.
No, because a good hot dog shouldn't have it
Isn't
completely cut.
Yeah, it isn't cut. That's true.
If you have it completely cut off and it's 2 separate pieces, then it just becomes a sandwich, sure. But an actual hot dog is meant to just have 1 piece of thing that you carve like a groove
So
for the hot dog to slide on in.
Basically,
Have you not seen Sausage Party?
If you
Jeez.
get a hot dog and you cannot tell if the slice has been if the bread has been completely sliced or not, this hot dog basically is shirting a sandwich.
It's a failure, is what it is.
Okay.
But I like Schrodinger's sandwich.
This is not an answer.
I bet it's delicious.
But there's a website called hotdog.org that has the question, is a hot dog a sandwich, from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
Oof.
National Hot Dog and Sandwich Council announces official policy on hot dog as a sandwich controversy. The first sentence of this is, limiting the hot dog significance by saying it's just a sandwich is like calling the Dalai Lama just a guy.
Oof.
He is
Oof.
just a guy.
We see on whose side they are.
But I'm not. Look, this is a mystery that apparently has a whole council for it. So there's your answer, Trigger. But the other question is, what is one awkward situation you've been forced to participate in that you end up having a good time and enjoying? I guess going into a situation thinking you're not going to have fun, and then you did.
I have to keep this PG, right? Because there's one story.
Yes, you have to keep it PG.
Oh, too bad. This story that Kichi got out of me back the ride to Six Flags.
I know which story you're talking. Okay, no one. People need to hear this story.
Go ahead.
It's really not PG.
It's not PG.
It's your show. Should I not have been swearing?
So, swearing is fine. But yeah, okay. Trying to tell the same story PG. So, me and my girlfriend back in the day. We
doing non-advertiser friendly things.
Exactly, we're having a good time, but she also was having her occasional bad time.
It was on the reg.
Yeah, while we were having a good time, and this topic kind of came up, and the resolution was basically me just shouting, "Just don't look there!"
Just don't look at
it. And from this moment, she basically burst into laughter. I burst into laughter, and we had to take a break.
Hey,
it was pretty awkward,
funny.
but it was in the context of a very good time. So,
I will say that entire car started laughing when you told that story. That was, and given that the fucking situation we were in was that we were trying to find a parking space at Six Flags, which is terrifying. It was great. Good story.
In California?
No, it was in Texas. This was way back Nightmare Nights. But what about you, British? What's a situation you went into thinking, this is not going to be good, but you had a good time?
Mine's a lot more fun, I guess. Dungeons and Dragons.
That's already awkward.
That's the thing. Like, the first time I ever got experience with D&D, it was this person who did he did like this this basically pony RPG thing, and he was a terrible DM. Like, I was bored. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what I was doing. It was just like a terrible Skype call, effectively. So when Josh came up to me, I was like, "Hey, I'm gathering some people for Curse of Strahd. Have you ever played D&D before?" And I'm like, kind of no. Like, I played it once, but I didn't like it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, come play." I went into that situation like not expecting to enjoy it at all.
2 years later.
It kind of not changed my life, but D&D has taken over my life in the last 2 years. But, like, I went into that first session. I made, like, the edgiest character I possibly could.
Warwick the Shadow Rogue.
Yeah, he's a Shadow Rogue. And, like, I basically was like, okay, I'm just going to play the guy from Dishonored. Like, he's a magical assassin guy who is kind of morally ambiguous. I didn't expect it to go on, like, any more than 3 sessions. But, yeah, I had a pretty fun time. It took a while for it to get going, sure. But that first like cart that we were stuck on, when not literally, this is a game where no one had ever played Dungeons and Dragons before, and there were like 8 of us at the time. So Josh just told us, "Okay, now role play," and there was just silence for like a solid minute as no one knew what on earth to do.
Me and Silverquill were carrying this for a while. Let's just say that.
It's true.
And then Warwick came up, and now you guys are starting to have fun, and it was... Though, we could say, DeWilstainer found out in that first session that he can't handle D&D, and that was great.
So he got himself killed off quickly, or what? I never watched Strahd.
Funny enough, he he wasn't there for the second session, and then we got his character killed.
And Silverquill's character at this point is dead, and we care more about that character than we... And we actually said it in our last session yesterday, being like, "Hey, remember that other guy?"
God, I can't even remember his name, just that he died. Fletcher, that's it.
He was our cleric, and so we went through the entire game without a cleric, so that was fun. And the fact we haven't all died yet is a miracle.
But yeah, if you had told me like 3 years ago that you're gonna like Dungeons and Dragons, that nerdy ass thing that people make fun of on freaking Robot Chicken. You know, you got the skits of them like, I roller fight. Oh, I think I'm big kick. And it's just, wow, D&D is fucking awesome. It's pretty baller.
Yeah. I guess mine. I have two stories. One is fun, and the other is actually really, really wholesome. One that happened really recently, which was my car ride back home from Scribble Showdown. I was, keep in mind, Brett had work in the morning, so I took an Uber home from Pasadena. So long car ride, and this person picked the hilliest road instead of going on the freeway. Plus, no traffic on the other side.
Is this your best Uber?
Yes, this is my best Uber, and this competes with a lot of Uber. You know what? He's tied with the person that had to deal with me having a panic attack when I realized that I landed at the wrong airport in Texas. But no, this guy was a 65-year-old man named Marcus, and I thought this was just going to be like a boring Uber, or I was going to get car sick on this ride because we were in the hilly mountains of Pasadena at night. You know, the only thing separating you is from a cliff is the road divider. No, yeah, basically, that thing is fucking terrifying. I'm not afraid of heights, mind you. I am only afraid of elevators and cliffs and spiders.
I don't think anyone is afraid of falling. Just people are afraid of hitting the ground.
Yeah, but no, the thing was, yeah, but no, the thing was, he asked me, like, where did you come from? Because I had all this merch with me, and I was like, oh, there was this show with a bunch of animators and stuff. And his first statement was like, oh, like that Ugly Dolls movie? And I'm like, no, internet. And then he started talking about how when he was in school, a bunch of people were like, oh, I'm going to go be a lawyer after they graduate and stuff. And then one person, keep in mind, this was the 70s when he graduated, was like, I'm going to be a computer programmer. And we all made fun of him. Well, look where we are now. And I'm like, yeah. And then we just had this long discussion that lasted hours of talking about like different bands and everything. Like, because he talked about the British invasion. And we kept switching of like, we didn't know a band's name. And then I knew it, or I didn't know a band's name, and he knew it. So we were like, what was that one band with the guy named Morrison? The Doors. What was that one band with that guy who did that song? Oh, Yes. And it's like, yeah. And we had like this long discussion about people and groups that have star power and who don't, and like why when certain bands and groups dispersed, why only one person became the big one. And that's what made the Beatles so big, is that everyone had successful solo careers. Meanwhile, you look at like the Supremes, you only remember Diana Ross. Jackson 5, you only remember Michael. So It's like, and then we were talking about prodigies, and then he wanted to go, and he's thinking he was going to school to be a pilot, and he was like, yeah, I'm 65, but it's better late than never, you know? And that was actually a really nice discussion of like, you know, you're never too young or old to learn a skill.
Yeah.
Not to be a dick, but how is this awkward? This sounds like a very nice...
I thought, look, going into a car with a random old man at night in the greater part of LA, I thought this was going to be like, I have to stay awake this entire time or else I am going to die.
I'm with you on that one. Like, I can never go to a barber's and hold a conversation with someone cutting my hair. I don't know why.
Uber rides where the person doesn't speak English. So, but like, this was actually really cool. But the other story, which gets really wholesome, was the first time meeting Max in person.
Oh.
Backstory: I landed at the wrong airport.
Oh yeah.
I thought we all both got the same airport, and then I was panicking because it was like an hour and a half. I thought he was waiting at the other airport. Turns out he was stuck in customs for a long period of time. So when he saw me, I was like, "Oh, thank God!" He was like, "What?
I just came out 5 minutes ago."
And then, you know, in the car ride, I was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to interact. My social skills went out the window. Because this is a person I've been talking to for almost 2 years now, my best friend. And then it just, whoa, what happened? Oh,
didn't happen on my end.
But no, best friend, and I didn't know how to interact. It was really awkward for me because I just didn't know what to do. And then I don't know what happened. But it was like 5 minutes after we just got to the hotel, everything got better, and it was like it was laughing and good, and we were having a good time, and I'm just like, why was I so nervous? It was just like I just didn't know what to do, because it was really my first time meeting someone in person that I talked to for such a long period of time, and then you're always scared with that, though.
Yeah.
Will it click or not?
Will it be different?
And it wasn't, and that was like the best that was like the biggest weight ever lifted off my shoulders, being like,
Yeah.
Yay, the screen was not a protector. The screen is a hindrance. Now I know that my best friend lives across an ocean.
No, I can relate to that actually. Like, I remember it wasn't CoxCon. It was Buck. It was the last BuckCon. It was the first time I met Emerald Comet. You know, one of my fucking best friends, and he was with his mother at the time, so I didn't even know it was him. He was just sort of sitting down next to his mother at BuckCon. And so I just sort of stood by a pillar, awkwardly glaring at him, trying to figure out if that was actually the right person. And, you know, casually looking away afterwards. And then after, like, the opening ceremony was over, I think eventually, like, I had hey, sorry, are you Emerald Khan? It was like, oh, there you are, I was looking for you. And it was like that first, like, 5 minutes where you're not quite sure how to interact with someone when it's not behind the screen. It's real. Like, it's genuine. I don't know if you've had that, Max. But, like, I totally relate to that situation.
But it was...
of like, being not sure if it is the right person, or...
Oh, no, but, well, just, like, meeting someone after you have, like, spent so long in front of just talking to them on a screen, and then you finally get to meet them in person. Like, in theory, it should just be the exact same, right? But it is a weird,
Some
like...
people, it just doesn't click. And like,
yeah, it's also
I was
true.
very happy that it clicked with Max, because I'm like, good! I'm not going to share a hotel room with someone that I don't like.
That's true.
But, okay, so I guess given the time, we have one more question we can answer. Which of course is our segment of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Brought to you by
Woo!
Ask Awkward. With Endgame finally out, let's do another Avengers themed one. Fuck, Marry, Kill. Captain Marvel, Loki, and Black Panther. Have fun.
Ooh.
That's actually... I mean, I guess British is allowed to go first because a guest and stuff. Or should one of us go first? And...
It's your call, British.
British.
Well, whether or not I go first or not?
Yeah, you determine the order.
I'll, you know what? No, I'll let the hosts have some fun on this one. I need some time to contemplate some things.
Fair.
Okay, what about you first, Max?
Okay.
I mean, this is the hard choice where Captain Marvel
I
is
just
a boring
wanted-
character, but it's the only female on the list.
I just wanted to say, usually it's like when I only get one female and two guys, my straightness overrules anything else.
I'm in the same boat, pal.
But
This is the exception.
I mean, Loki obviously is not marriage material. I mean, holy fuck.
That's a project.
Yeah, this is too much of a project, but I can imagine that the Lord of Trickster is quite an experience in bed, so I probably would fuck Loki.
Any kind of illusion.
He shapeshifts anyway.
Yeah.
He can shapeshift into a girl.
Whatever you want.
Now we are talking. So I keep.
You get to bang gender bent Tom Hiddleston.
Oh boy! Now we are really talking. Yeah, and with. I don't know. I don't really want to. Maybe I marry Loki after all.
Like
what? You don't want to marry the king of Wakanda?
You'd be rich, but
I
you'd be bored.
know, but this is the gold digger answer that Keyframe would already give, or will
I wasn't going to
give.
even say the gold digger answer. I would just say it's probably an interesting experience being royalty.
Yeah, no, I mean not just royalty, but also living in this technological paradise.
Hear me out. Why be royalty when you can marry a god?
So somebody's advocating for marrying Loki. I
love how we're all on the similar page of killing
Captain Marvel.
I mean, once again, okay. Here's the thing: as I said earlier, from a story point of view, she is too OP. She is no fun in a story. As a character, she got slapped with a girl can only be strong if she is more stoic than the most stoic character. I mean. Not spoiler, but yeah. In Endgame, Thor...
No.
Thor continues his streak of being a complete goofball. The streak he ever had since Ragnarok. And even in Infinity Wars, he managed to be goofy despite all the seriousness of the movie. He is through and through a goofball, but nobody in the entire cosmos would question his manliness. Thor is fucking manly, even though he's this goofball who smiles from here to there. Captain Marvel, I need to be a strong female character. I need to be super stoic. I cannot smile. Make a joke about me not smiling.
And it just sucks because you have such great female characters already. Endgame points this out, kind of, and that there's a lot of strong female characters in the Marvel Universe already that don't need to be stoic.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. They
made a mistake. Not to go too far off the question, but I think they made a mistake leaving Captain Marvel to last, because then when she walks in, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I assume she walks in like she kind of owns the place. Like, yeah, I'm Captain Marvel. I'm the best. It's like, who the fuck are you? Like, these guys have known each other for years. Why should they respect you who has just shown up?
Literally, just because she is fucking powerful. That's literally the only thing she has going for her.
Let me just bring up this. Some people are like, well, then I'll just fuck her. Dude, she shoots out energy from everywhere. Who knows what happens down there with the energy
But here's the thing. I cannot even imagine that she is fun in bed. That's the thing.
She would probably finish you in 2 seconds and then go to bed.
Yeah, I cannot imagine having a good time with her in bed. I'm straight, but I can imagine a better time with Loki in bed. So
she probably doesn't even smile getting fucked.
Okay. So what are your guys' solutions? I mean, mine was fucking Loki because that will be one experience. Then
killing Captain Marvel.
No, staying with Black Panther because he's a good guy. He's a keeper.
Assuming that the fucking thing happens just once and then that's it.
It's kind of we leave it ambiguous if it's a one time or.
I am, of course, as straight as they come, but I genuinely would probably fuck the T'Challa, Black Panther, and then just spend the rest of my life with Loki, because that just sounds like a fun life.
So you also rather kill Captain Marvel and fuck with a dude.
Kill Captain Marvel.
I literally had the same argument, so I cannot complain. But
literally everything you just said.
Key, will you, for Captain Marvel, turn gay?
Yeah, wait, here's my big question. Which era of Loki are we talking about? Because if we're talking about Loki, Russo brothers, Thor Ragnarok, then that may change my answer between the two. Because
I guess it's your answer overall, so you can say.
I'm just going to pick the most recent phases because, well, let's just say this. Ever since the Russo brothers got their hands on Marvel, they've made increasingly better movies. Because fucking Black Widow was not good in the original Avengers, and now she's actually a good character, so. I think she's fine, but there's definitely a difference between how Joss Whedon wrote her and what the Russo brothers write, so.
Yeah.
But, I would kill Captain Marvel. Because she's she's just boring. I don't want to marry that because she'd probably be like, oh yeah, we're married. I'm going to go fly off for 5 years, bye. And she wouldn't be fun in bed. Like,
No.
And so, kill.
It's like the most unanimous decision of fuck, marry, kill I think I've ever seen.
Then if we're going to go with fucking and marrying, I'd probably marry Black Panther because this is not a gold digger answer, actually. It's because I think he's a pretty charismatic fellow. And also, I would love to be part of that family. I get to have Shuri as my sister-in-law.
You just want to have this big
Honestly,
black dick.
the next...
No.
Wow.
Then I'm going to pick Fox. Man, I'm just saying... Shuri gets to be my sister-in-law. I get to hang out with Shuri and then complain about Black Panther to Shuri.
I can see
Shuri's
this happen.
amazing. Why couldn't you have picked Shuri as one of the fuck, marry, kill options? But like,
how old is she again?
She's like 18.
Okay, good.
I would have, but like,
Just checking.
Nowadays you have to. I mean, you
well, the
always
actress-
have to,
the
but
actress is
Yeah, you always have to, but she looks young. Like
The actress is-
I would guess.
There we go. But and then fuck Loki, because Loki is project, and I don't know how much of that chaotic energy I can handle in my life. However, he is very close to marriage material if we're talking about Ragnarok Loki, because he had some great growth, and he's a person that can grow. So I think that would be interesting, and also I just have to push aside that Tom Hiddleston plays him, or else I would automatically marry him. But I'm sorry, the Marvel Universe picked way too many great
Who's the
guys to
boy?
play their characters. So,
Yeah.
oh god.
I think after you get past the unanimous kill Captain Marvel, the other two options are I mean, there's positive sides to both. I could quite easily go with Black Panther as the marrying as well, but yeah.
I
think-
wonder. I now try to figure out if there's a single other female character in the MCU who I would rather kill than fuck when I have two boys as alternatives.
Scarlet Witch.
Absolutely.
Nah,
No.
I'd
Oh,
bang-
fucking, not killing. No, not
Oh
killing.
yeah,
I'd
Scarlet
bang
Witch
Scarlet
is
Witch.
fuckable. Every Marvel
would I-
heroine is pretty good. Maybe Nebula, but
No,
I
totally.
You would
First
fuck
of
the
all,
bald blue chick?
first
It
of
would
all,
depend on the other options.
I mean, first of all, she's Amy Pond.
Okay,
the second of
actress
all-
herself,
Really?
yes, but I don't know if all that
Yes,
makeup
it's
on.
Amy Pond. She
I know,
I did
I'm
not know that. I'm very glad that
for
she got
Guardian,
to do other roles.
Guardians of the Galaxy. The first Guardians
You
of the
just blew
Galaxy.
my mind.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy first panel on a Comic Con or something. They go on stage and she is then like, yeah, guys, I have to admit something. I might have done something crazy, and she pulls off her hair, and it turns out to be a wig shaped like her hair, and she is bald at Comic
She
Con.
actually shaved her head
Yes.
to be Nebula?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course she is. Yeah,
Okay,
the makeup.
that's some fucking dedication.
I
know
know,
some
right?
people who would just use wig caps, but
But
okay,
I
you know
have a
what?
cyborg fetish for so long. Yes, Nebula.
Okay, Nebula. I'm just okay. What
Once
about
again-
Shuri?
Aged up, yes.
Mary.
Okay, aged up, yes. Nakia, the guard.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Uh,
you could argue that she's also kind of like very stoic, but she does a good stoic.
Very
She-
much the
a
dominant
But
one.
reason
she
to
doesn't.
be.
She doesn't
Yeah,
make
she's
this.
Captain the Guard.
Yeah, she doesn't have this fake stoic. She has a natural stoicism to her, and it's not a.
Valkyrie would be fun.
Oh,
Valkyrie.
fucking
Oh, hell yeah,
Valkyrie.
with Valkyrie.
Oh.
God, I'm trying to think of other
There's
heroines
no
that I would
Marvel
want to
female
kill.
character that I
Ross.
can say is not fuckable
I know.
except for Captain Marvel.
Yes, that's my point.
Cause even the villainesses, like if
Even-
Thor's sister is
Ooh,
Hela.
okay.
Oh, Hela.
Oof.
My
But
queen.
I mean, even and now it gets really, really sad. I would say that even Captain Marvel's best friend, the Black Gal, is more fuckable than her.
oh yeah, so, you know what?
A
She's
million
just-
times.
She has some sassy wholesomeness to her that I'm like, you know what? She just seems like a nice lay.
But yeah.
Okay, what about Tilda Swinton in Doctor Strange, the monk that dies?
You mean the
The ancient one.
ancient
yes,
one?
the ancient one.
I mean, here.
Maybe.
Could you imagine having
mean,
sex
here-
in like dimensions?
I just want to
say.
say, yeah, she is not one where I would instantly jump for, but once again, the setup was I have two guys and she is the only female one, and
Yeah, okay. then
depending
there
on
you
what
go.
That's true.
depending on what two guys you give me, unless there are two guys where I simply cannot kill
Chris
either.
Pratt and Chris Pratt.
Or Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth,
If it was
I would probably
Star-Lord,
be like,
Chris Hemsworth and the Ancient One.
I can't kill neither of them. Then I would probably kill her just because the boys are too precious to me. But
Oh, they're all so precious. I mean, even
I'd probably
after
kill
Endgame,
Star-Lord.
I would say, I would rather have Hawkeye and Scott Lang than Captain Marvel.
Okay. Okay, now, guys, imagine that we find out that right now Brie Larson is watching this awkward. How this podcast?
Hi, Brie.
How does
sorry.
this make
Pretty
you feel?
awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guys. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guys. It's the awkward. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.